Look, I will say this plainly. You could spend real money on beautiful clothes and still walk into rooms that do not give you the respect you deserve. Not because of your age or your body, because of 8 silent mistakes broadcasting the wrong message before you even speak. I spent years styling quietly powerful, wealthy women you will never see on a magazine cover. Real money does not need a spotlight. I built this channel to share these secrets with my sisters. This is not about looking younger. That chase is over. These 8 rules are the armor of a woman who commands every room she enters. Number 1, the white undergarment catastrophe. Here is a mistake so widespread it almost hurts to name. And sisters, this one hits different for us specifically. Picture this. You have put together what feels like a genuinely elegant look. A fresh white linen blouse, tailored pants, beautiful shoes. You check the mirror and something feels slightly off, but you cannot name what it is. Here is exactly what is happening. That white undergarment underneath your blouse? On melanin-rich skin, it does not disappear into the fabric. It glows through it like a neon sign. And it does not matter how expensive that blouse is. The moment that white undergarment shows through, the entire look reads cheap. I have watched this happen on women wearing $400 blouses. One wrong undergarment and the entire illusion collapses. Nobody taught us this rule because the fashion industry was not designed with our skin tone as the baseline. But luxury stylists have known this secret for decades. For Black women wearing white or light-colored garments, white is the absolute worst choice for an undergarment. The color that genuinely vanishes against our skin and creates that seamless nothing underneath illusion of expensive dressing is deep burgundy, or a rich, saturated red. I know that sounds backward. You would assume nude would be the answer, but nude undergarments were calibrated for a different skin baseline entirely. Burgundy and deep red share undertones with melanin-rich complexions, and they become optically invisible under white fabric. This is information stylists charge serious money per session to deliver. Go to your drawer today, find your deepest burgundy foundation piece, put it under your favorite white blouse, and look in that mirror. The transformation will stop you completely. Number 2, the limp collar collapse. Now let us move to your face. The collar of your shirt is the architectural frame around it. It is the first structural element the human eye registers after landing on your face itself. And a collar that wilts, sags, and collapses against your neck does something devastating. It pulls the visual weight of your face downward. It communicates exhaustion and carelessness. And on a woman over 50, an unstructured collar amplifies every line of fatigue and adds years that simply do not belong to you. The problem is not the shirt. The collar has lost its intention. I have a technique I call pop and frame. You want the back of your collar to stand just slightly away from your neck, not stiff or military, controlled and architectural, the way a picture frame holds a fine portrait. To achieve this, use fabric starch spray on the collar before ironing, or, even more effectively, invest in collar stays. These inexpensive little supports slide into the inside of a collar and keep it lifted all day with zero visible effort. When your collar stands with intention and opens softly in a V toward your collarbone, something extraordinary happens. The frame elevates everything inside it. Your neck appears longer, your jawline reads sharper, your eyes look more commanding. The women I styled who silenced boardrooms without raising their voices all understood this principle. A face that is properly framed does not need to announce itself. It simply arrives. Try it once and watch your face change in the mirror. That is the moment you understand why this detail separates women who walk into rooms from women who command them. Number 3, the Cardigan Downgrade. I need to have a serious conversation about something you probably love, the classic cardigan. Comfortable, warm, a dependable old friend, and it is quietly dismantling everything else you have built with your look every time you reach for it. Here is what that thin, button-front cardigan that hits at your hip does to your silhouette. It softens your shoulders until they visually dissolve. It creates a rounded, slumped line from neck downward, It communicates that you were cold and grabbed whatever was available. I call the visual this creates the chilled grandmother silhouette, and it is a complete authority killer. Every ounce of intentionality you built into your look underneath gets smothered the moment that cardigan goes on. I am not asking you to be cold or uncomfortable. I am asking you to replace the tool entirely and upgrade the message. The alternative is a structured sleeveless waistcoat, what some people call a tailored gilet. A long, architecturally built vest that hits below the hip, sometimes to mid-thigh. It keeps your arms completely free and open, which reads as dynamic and ready. But it covers your torso with clean, intentional lines. It camouflages the midsection without clinging or calling attention to it. And it sends a message that is the complete opposite of the cardigan. The cardigan says, I needed something warm. The tailored vest says, I chose this layer because my look demanded it. That difference in message is enormous. It is the difference between a woman who reacted to circumstances and a woman who commanded them. Number 4, the exposed zipper betrayal. I want you to think about the last time you saw a garment with a zipper running visibly down its back or side. Those metal teeth on display, the pull tab dangling, the entire mechanical infrastructure of the piece in full view. I need you to understand what that communicates to every trained eye in the room. It says mass production. It says this garment was manufactured as quickly and cheaply as possible, and no one cared enough to hide how it was assembled. Visible zippers are the visual language of fast fashion. They are the single construction detail that makes a garment announce its budget out loud, regardless of how beautiful the fabric is or how well it fits your body. I call this the exposed zipper betrayal, because it quietly betrays every other effort you have made to look polished and intentional. The fix requires you to become genuinely intolerant of visible zippers going forward. When you shop, feel for the zipper before you ever try the piece on. Look for the zipper. If you can see it or feel it as a ridge through the fabric, put that garment back on the rack without a second thought. What you are training yourself to find are invisible zippers. These are sewn into the seams so precisely that the fabric flows completely over them. No ridge, no teeth, no pull tab visible. The garment appears to have no opening at all. It simply flows. That seamlessness, that total concealment of construction, is one of the primary visual signatures of bespoke, high-end clothing. It makes even an affordable piece read as something that belongs in an entirely different conversation about quality. Number 5, the flood pants humiliation. Let us talk about trouser length, because this mistake appears on every block in every city, and it is costing women inches of visual height and miles of elegance every single day. I am talking about pants that end right above the ankle, leaving a gap of air between the hem and the shoe. Like the pants themselves are afraid to make contact with the ground. Here's exactly what this does to your look. It cuts your leg at the most visually damaging point possible. It makes your legs read shorter and heavier. It disconnects the shoe from the outfit entirely and makes it look like something you grabbed as a last-minute afterthought. And it communicates one of two things. Either those pants shrank in the wash, or you could not find the correct size. Neither reads as powerful. Neither reads as intentional. The rule that every serious stylist lives by is called the floor graze. Your trouser hem should skim the very top of your shoe so that only the tip is visible from the front. When you walk, there should be a gentle, barely there sweep of fabric. Here is why this matters beyond pure aesthetics. A woman whose pants almost touch the floor signals subliminally that she does not worry about getting dirty. She moves to the world at her own pace, with the unhurried ease of someone who has never had to compromise her standard. That is old money behavior, and it is encoded entirely in a trouser length. A tailor can correct this for almost nothing. Make the appointment today. Number 6, the sleeve authority hack. I want to share something that sounds almost too small to matter, until you try it and see what happens in the mirror. This is about your sleeves and what your forearms actually communicate to the people who share a room with you. When a sleeve hangs all the way to your wrist, when it covers your hand halfway, when fabric bunches and folds at the cuff and overwhelms the hand beneath it. The garment appears to be wearing you rather than the other way around. You look buried inside the clothing instead of dressed in it. The eye reads passivity, containment, a woman who is being held somewhere rather than a woman who holds the room. Here is the hack. Push, fold, or roll your sleeves deliberately to just below the elbow. On a structured blazer, fold twice to expose the lining and create that rich contrast professional stylists use constantly because it signals intentionality and quality in the same breath. On a shirt, push the fabric up with full intention and create a clean, precise fold that communicates you absolutely planned this. And here is the secret that keeps everything in place. Tuck a thin, invisible elastic band inside the fold. No visible mechanism, no slipping back down by noon. Your sleeves stay exactly where you place them with intention. What the exposed forearm and wrists do to your entire presence is remarkable. It communicates readiness. It says without a single word that you are not here as a spectator. That triangle of skin between wrist and elbow, deliberately revealed, is one of the most underused authority signals available to a woman over 50. Use it. Number 7, the pattern placement disaster. Let us talk about printed clothing, because this is where I watch beautifully dressed women make a mistake that is completely not their fault. Nobody teaches this. Stores certainly do not display this information anywhere near the hangers. But understanding it is the difference between a print that flatters every line of your body and a print that works actively and aggressively against you. The mistake is wearing large prints without first checking exactly where the focal point of that pattern lands on your specific body. If the center motif of your blouse falls directly over your abdomen or your chest, that print is functioning as a spotlight, as a magnifier. Every eye in the room is drawn straight to precisely the area you may prefer to leave unexamined. I call this the pattern placement disaster, and it explains why beautiful pieces sit unworn in most women's closets, because something always feels off, and nobody can name why. The solution is what designers call engineered prints, garments where the pattern was laid out with the body's topography in mind. The design is densest at the sides, at the seams, toward the outer edges. The center, which falls over the bust and abdomen, is quieter, a solid ground or a significantly smaller, calmer version of the pattern. This creates visual narrowing that is optically irresistible. The eye travels along the richer pattern at the sides and reads the body between them as defined, narrowed, and elegant. When you shop for prints, always hold the piece against your body before purchasing. If the most dramatic element spotlights your bust or midsection, set it down without guilt. Find the piece whose pattern works to celebrate your silhouette, not broadcast it. Number 8, the ankle bone illusion. And now we arrive at the final piece of your armor, my personal favorite. The most refined and honestly, the most sophisticated single styling detail I know. It is about the ankle bone, that small, elegant, bony prominence on the inside of your ankle, called the malleolus. It is the finest bone the body presents in its lower half, and most women keep it completely buried under heavy fabric and thick boots without ever understanding what they are concealing or what deliberately revealing it could do for their entire silhouette. When you pair wide-leg trousers with chunky footwear and dense coverage all the way to the foot, the entire lower body reads as one undifferentiated block. No definition, no delicacy, no elegance anywhere below the waist. But when your trouser hem falls just to the top of that ankle bone, when a clean loafer or a simple refined flat reveals just that one small, precise triangle of skin right at the ankle, something transformative happens to every inch of your leg above it. Delicacy appears where there was none. The eye registers that tiny exposure of that beautifully refined bone and reads the entire leg from ankle to hip as slender and precisely controlled. It is optical illusion at its most sophisticated. It is restraint deployed as the most elegant weapon in the room. And it communicates something that no amount of money can purchase. which is the knowledge of exactly how much to reveal and precisely when to stop. Women who understand this principle have grasped the deepest truth of luxury dressing. Not everything needs to be seen. The strategic absence of coverage is almost always more commanding than coverage itself. That is your final weapon, and it is already on your body. These 8 rules are not about chasing youth or fitting someone else's idea of what is appropriate. They are the armor of a woman who has fully arrived and who absolutely knows it. Try even one of these today and watch how the room responds to you differently. Then come back here and tell me in the comments which rule changed the way you see your own wardrobe. Which one stopped you cold? I read every single one, and I will see you in the next video, sister.